around the fourth drive, we wanted to get Tate in, and he ended up rolling in, getting the 2-minute situation there before the half. But that was our plan throughout the course of the week. Both those guys are preparing. Both those guys are doing good things. I think Chuba, you can see, the confidence that he has continuing to grow with each rep, just the way that he is communicating, the way that, he's working to manage the offense. There's still some things that happen that, he would like to have back, and some reads, and just, overall, execution, but he's going to continue to grow, and really both those guys, very excited about their future, excited about the skill sets that they have, and but I thought Chuba did some nice things, especially there late, in really all aspects to spark a couple of big plays for us.
How beneficial was it for Purdy to get it with a clean slate to come in there as a starter? And also for you guys, how far does that go with evaluating where he is, kind of what he's working towards early here in his career?
I think with every opportunity that he gets, it's critical for his development. Being a true freshman, kind of already having to overcome some of the things that he's had to overcome, with injury and, kind of limited practice reps. I mean, I'm very, very excited about who he is and what his future is. And, I think, you see the demeanor that he carries, I know I mentioned that, I think, last week, but I mean, the demeanor that he has is incredible. I mean, just, throughout the course of the game, you have real conversation, doesn't seem to get rattled, or too high or too low in any moment, but, I really like what I'm seeing from him. And, obviously we got to continue to work. We got to continue to improve. But he definitely brings the right mindset and approach in all aspects of that. And really the same with Tate and his preparation as well. So, I think we got a couple of young guys that have great futures in front of them, and you're excited about seeing them develop.
Next will be Kurt Weiler from Tallahassee Democrat.
You talked about Chuba and his confidence. It seemed like there was a moment somewhere in the second half where that kind of clicked for him, and it translated to, I would say, it was a better recognition, better what have you, that led to better results. I guess, did you kind of get the same impression where there was just a moment of something clicking that from kind of the extended playing time? And how much is that something that's contagious to everyone else on the offense?
I mean, I think when you see that confidence coming from the quarterback position, and then the execution of it, I mean, that's something that's critical. But he was able to make a couple of great reads. Obviously, there's one time he threw the ball out with a hot throw in a 5-man protection. There was time that he stepped up in the pocket, was able to deliver the ball down the field. And then there were some times that he had to extend plays with his legs, and you just see the confidence that's emerging with each snap that he gets. I think it definitely gives a boost to those guys that are around him. And this football team, we're working extremely hard, and I tell you that the results that showed up, we didn't, we come to the stadium to win the game. We prepare for the week to win the game. We didn't get that done. There's a lot of reasons why that happened. You got to give credit to NC State, but there's a lot of things that are still showing up that's costing us throughout the course of a football game. And, we've got to continue to grow. We've got to continue to develop. I mean, we're playing a lot of young guys that are learning these experiences, firsthand, and it's a challenge. And I'll tell you, I just told the team this, we got a lot of older guys that are really improving at a very high level. And, I'm proud of, just the leadership and the commitment that they're making to believe in that process. And, it was great to see Hamsa out there tonight. I mean, we had him on a limited play count, but he was able to start the game. I think he made the first tackle of the game, and there's still some things that, with him as he's coming along. I mean, but it was a great joy to see him run out of that field, and knowing the work that he's put in to be able to get back to this moment and opportunity. I mean, the investment that he has in this team and this program, being able to see guys like Marvin Wilson, Janaris Robinson, Leonard Warner, guys that have been, Emmett Rice that have been in the program for a long time, Bavion Johnson. I mean, those guys they're committed to the growth. They're committed to being the best, the best leaders, and to be able to share experiences with with the young guys that we have. But we're all pushing together, and that's something that's important. We've got to continue to do.
You got some significant big plays by younger players that haven't had that opportunity yet. Warren Thompson, well, I wouldn't say the opportunity, but haven't come through yet. Warren getting the touchdown and Jarvis with the interception, and a couple other, were some of those things that kind of shining lights, in another loss.
Yeah, I mean, you take all of the experiences that we get, and you've got to, good and bad, and then you've got to be able to build upon them. And we need guys, like Warren Thompson to step up and emerge, as a guy that can be counted on, and a guy that you can be a weapon for us. Jarvis, has really done a lot of nice things throughout the season. Another freshman that's out there, competing at a high level. There's still things plays that have been given up, and missed opportunities that have shown up. But when you're able to have those positive moments, it just continues to instill the confidence that you can. And that's something that, for a young player, building that confidence, building, be able to build upon, the preparation and the work that goes into it. Obviously we're not doing that consistently enough in how we execute throughout the course of the game, but you see those showcase moments, and we've got to grow in our confidence with that. We got to push harder in practice. We got to make sure that we're taking that confidence and the investment that we're making, throughout the course of the week, and it's got to show up for 60 minutes. But there definitely were some bright moments, with those young guys, and there's a lot of them that were out there competing.
Coach, did you come into the game with a specific running back rotation in mind, or did you just kind of ride the hot hand?
Well, we had some things that showed up this week that a couple guys that were that got sick and weren't available to really practice, and really had to work through the week, just in limited and some limited rep opportunities. I think Jaysean Corbin's done a remarkable job. I want to point him out because that is one of those leaders that's starting to emerge. Jaysean's only a sophomore, but I mean, what he means to this team and the work that he puts in, is really good to see him, continue to go out there and compete, and help bring along some of these other younger backs. LaDamian was limited tonight. I think LaDamian is an incredible competitor. He's had to overcome some challenges through this week, but it was good to see him at least be there to help impact his teammates. Ja'Kai Douglas, true freshman, that's out there working his tail off just to get better in all aspects. But those are guys that they're coming to work every day and trying to improve. But really excited about what their future is. But we definitely had were limited a little bit there. LT was not unavailable to go. Lawrence, he was unavailable to go tonight. So, unfortunately, we were hopeful that we could get some work out of him, but that didn't play out. And so, he was unavailable for the game.
Go back to Chris from 247.
Why is the middle of the field seemingly a soft spot for this defense? It seemed as though NC State exploited it, especially early on in the passing game. It's been a recurring issue throughout the season.
I mean, there's different things, different things that are contributing factors for that. They hit a couple big plays, there early, where, we're at times we absolutely need to be taking away a certain leverage, and we've got to do a better job of being able to execute that. With pressure throws, knowing that the ball is going to be coming out. And then on the flip side, there was one big play with the quarterback scramble that we weren't able to finish there on the sack, and he was able to work up, which really put kind of run pass conflict with one of our backers and underneath coverage. And those are things that we've got to continue to improve on our underneath coverage, making sure that we're putting ourselves in the best position, and then, just staying true and disciplined to the leverages of knowing what we're trying to take away. And, obviously, working through that process, and be able to execute it through the course of the game.
This obviously was a kind of a little bit of a chaotic week towards the end of the week with the announcements you guys made in the middle of the week. How did the team respond to that? How did you feel like they handled Wednesday and Thursday and then going into game prep?
Well, I mean, the team knew. I mean, the team, they understand, all aspects of what's going on. And, I appreciate this team. I mean, these guys are, we're playing a lot of young guys and guys that are veterans within the program, that they're working hard to embrace the preparation. They're working hard to embrace the standard of what needs to be done. And, we have to work at the consistency of that showing up through the course of the game. And a lot of these guys are learning that, very, very early in their career. And it's going to be a great experience, for them. But I mean, we need to continue to accelerate that process as fast as possible. But I mean, the guys that are in that locker room, I mean, that the one thing they did, they compete, and they were competing to the end throughout that contest. I mean, the energy, even when a bad play happened on one side of the ball or the other, I mean, those are guys who were over there working to pick each other up. I mean, that's, it's an emotional game. It's a game that, it takes everything. And, when you're sitting there as a competitor, obviously we're here to win. And, there's guys that are doing an incredible job of investing and working through some difficult circumstances. But, on the flip side of it, we've got to, they know. And I mean, that's one of the things that they understand some of the challenges. They understand where our depth is being tested. But they're continuing to work and compete.
All right, we can go last one to Kurt from Democrat.
You talk about the process for those young guys. And I mean, I guess the fight they showed tonight, not just the fight, but the results that come with it, I guess, what can that, do you think, do for those guys in that process of kind of developing?
I mean, it's one of those things. We'll go back and watch the film and continue to evaluate the things that have to get corrected, and then also be able to praise and commend the things that are done through those experiences. And I think we started 4 freshmen on the offensive line. We started a true freshman running back and a true freshman quarterback. I mean, I don't know if in my career I've ever started 6 freshmen on one side of the ball. You look at the defensive backfield. I mean, linebackers. It's a lot of freshmen that are out there playing, and there are going to be some experiences that those guys face that are challenging, and but with the positive plays, with the positive results that show up, and then with some of the things that where we're not as successful, or where you get beat, or you lose focus, or you miss you miss an opportunity to make a play. You got to grow, and you got to own the mistakes, and that's everybody, coaches, players, everybody involved. You own the mistakes. You go back to work. You put everything that you have into investing to be the best version of yourself moving forward. And but you should have confidence within the investment of the work. And it's good to see some of these young guys making plays, but once again, we're here to win the game, and we did not do a good enough job, collectively as a team to get that done. And it starts with coaches. It starts with the work that what we're doing throughout the course of the contest. And obviously, I believe in these players, regardless of what their age is. Right, and some of the guys that I've seen some incredible growth with are some of our older players that we're going to continue to push and continue to have high demands in how we prepare so that we can go out there and we can execute better on game day.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.